Hello friends. So in the last class we have studied basic concepts, that is Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law, current division rule, and voltage division rule. Now in today's class let us learn Thevenin's theorem. So this is presented by me, that is Hanmant S. Setti, lecturer, Government Polytechnic, Mudhol. Now in this class we will be studying the statement of Thevenin's theorem, steps to solve a network using Thevenin's theorem, and example how that we can apply this Thevenin theorem to solve that network. Now, Thevenin's theorem states that any linear circuit containing several current source or voltage sources and resistances can be replaced by a single voltage source and a single resistance in series with it. That single voltage is called as VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage, and that single resistance is called as RTH, that is Thevenin's resistance. So pictorially you can represent it like this, that is you can see here a linear network containing several EMFs and resistances and a load resistance RL is totally replaced by a circuit containing a single voltage source VTH, single resistor RTH, and a load resistance across it. Now, how we can solve a network using this Thevenin's theorem? So there are steps to solve this network using Thevenin's theorem. So the first step says that identify and remove RL, that is load resistance. So first thing is to identify the load resistance, and you have to remove it from the network, and you have to mark the terminals from where that resistance being detached. Second step says that calculate an open circuit voltage at the marked terminals. That means to say you have been removed the load resistance, and at those terminals you have to find out what is the voltage. So that voltage is called as Thevenin's voltage, VTH. Third step states that if any current source are there in the network, you have to replace that current source by open circuit. If any voltage sources are there, you have to replace that by a short circuit. So by this way we are making voltage is equal to 0 and current is equal to 0 to find the RTH. So third step is to just replace the current source and voltage source equivalent to the zero values. That is, to make voltage 0 we have to make it short circuit. To make current source we have to open circuit that source. Now if any internal resistances are there, you have to replace the source by that internal resistances. Now fourth step is calculate the open circuit resistance at the marked terminals. So we have already marked, after removing the load resistance, we have marked those terminals. So at that terminals you have to calculate the resistance value. So that resistance is called as Thevenin's resistance, RTH. So in the next step we have to redraw that circuit. That is Thevenin's equivalent resistance we have to draw. So that resistance is, so that is we have to redraw the circuit, that is open circuit voltage VTH, open circuit resistance RTH, and the load resistance you have to connect it back. So then finally we can find out the load current that is flowing through the load resistance. So these are the steps to solve a network using Thevenin's theorem. So let us see an example how we can apply this Thevenin theorem and solve a network. So here I have considered a network containing two voltage sources. There is one is of 10 volt and another is of 20 volt, and there are three resistances: 10 ohm, 20 ohm, 40 ohm. Now here the question is to find the current flowing through 40 ohm resistance. So now we shall apply a Thevenin's theorem to find the current flowing through this 40 ohm resistance. Now according to Thevenin's theorem, what it says, first we have to calculate VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage. So how can we solve this Thevenin's theorem? So to solve the network using Thevenin's theorem, first we have to calculate Thevenin voltage. To do that, we have to remove, first step is to remove the load, identify and remove the load resistance. So here the load resistance would be 40 ohm because we need to find out the current to that resistance. So I will mark this resistance as load resistance and remove that from the network. So here I have removed the load resistance from these points A and B, and I have marked that terminals as A and B. And now I have to find out voltage at these terminals, that is A and B. So I need to find out VAB. To do that, so if we want to apply KVL, so what I will do is, to do VAB, first I need to find out what is the current flowing in the resistances, that is 10 ohm and 20 ohm. So since there are two voltage sources, so always the current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So I will assume that current is flowing from 20 volt resistance to 10 volt resistance, that I have shown in the diagram. Now, so the current I would be, so that is I is equal to V by R. So what is V now? So total voltage is, one side there is a 20 volt source, and the other side there is a 10 volt source. So the difference would be 10 volt voltage, and the total resistance would be, since these two are connected in series combination, so total resistance would be 10 plus 20, that is 30 ohm. So finally the current would turns up to 0.33 ampere. Now voltage across AB, so I need to find out voltage, that is from point A to point B. Now here you can follow two methods. Either you can apply KVL forming a loop from 20 volt source, 20 ohm resistance and AB terminals. So you can consider that as a loop and apply a KVL. Or you can also apply KVL to other loop, that is you can consider 10 volt voltage source, 10 ohm resistances and terminals AB. Now, so if you apply KVL here, so this is, since I am moving from negative terminal to positive, I will take it as positive, and then the voltage drop would be, so since this side it will be positive, so it will be minus 20 into that current. Okay, so here, so VAB is equal to 20 minus 20 into 0.33, so that would turn up to 13.33 volts. Or you can calculate in the other way also, I already told you, that is you can calculate from this side also, that is if I consider 10 volt, and here since current is flowing in the opposite direction to the direction which we are moving, so again this can be treated as a positive voltage, because since the current will be moving from positive potential to negative potential, so this voltage drop will be positive towards point A. So hence, so plus 10 volts plus this voltage drop, that is the voltage across VAB. So that's what we have written here. So VAB is equal to 10 plus 10 into 0.33 amps, So that is again 13.33 volts. So that is the Thevenin's voltage now. Now the next step is to calculate Thevenin's resistance RTH. So to do that, what we will do? We will short the voltage sources, open circuit the current source. So in our circuit, we have only voltage sources. So what we will do? We will short these voltage sources and find out what is the open circuit resistance at point A and B. So to do that, what I have done? So see here. So we have shorted these voltage sources, and I need to find out what is the resistance at these terminals A, B. So when we look at this circuit, so when I look back into the circuit from point A and B, these resistances looks like they have been connected in parallel. So the resistance RTH would be the total resistance across AB is the parallel combination of 10 ohm and 20 ohm resistance. So that is RTH is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So that turns up, that is 20 into 10 divided by 20 plus 10. So that is 6.67 ohms. Now the major part is done. That is, we have calculated VTH, we have calculated RTH. Now what is the next step? We need to redraw that Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So how the Thevenin's equivalent circuit looks like? So there is a voltage source VTH in series with a resistance RTH, that is Thevenin's resistance, and then we have to connect back the load resistance. So just check here. So this is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit consisting of VTH, that is 13.33 volts, and RTH 6.67 ohms. So and again we have connected back the load resistance, that is 40 ohm, which we have removed in the first step. Now to calculate the current through the 40 ohm resistor, it's very easy now. So since these two resistors they have been connected in series to a voltage source, now current I is equal to V by R. So V is 13.33 volts and the resistances are 6.67 ohm and 40 ohm. So that would turn up to I is equal to 0.286 amps. So let us summarize what all we have done in this example. So to calculate VTH, what did we do? That is, we removed the load resistance and we found out what is the voltage across the terminals AB. So that is VTH. Now next step, to calculate RTH, what we have done? We have shorted the voltage sources. There were two voltage sources, so we shorted those and found out what is the voltage across the marked terminals. So here they turned out to be the parallel resistance. So and we found out what is RTH. And finally, what we have done? We redraw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit containing VTH, RTH, and RL. And finally, you can find out the load current. So hope this is helpful. Thank you.